Hey Aquarius, welcome to Turn Hill. Welcome to the place where we turn hill our way to self-love and unity consciousness. I hope all is well. Lisa here. Welcome to your reading for November for Aquarius. All right. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, or comment. Definitely check the notifications and make sure that your notifications are on so you know when I do post. All right. Okay. There also, at some point, there'll be a merch shelf below. It doesn't seem like it's there yet. I'm waiting for YouTube to approve, but there's merch on the way, and I'm very excited about that. Okay. I come to you, Holy God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Aquarius Collective needs to know? Thank you so much. Okay, now, cards. So we have Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom, and Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. Oh, this is interesting because these are two polar opposites. I mean, even the visuals are polar opposites, right? So the Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom, obviously that's wisdom gained, spiritual knowledge passed down. That's what I'm getting there. But then we have Falling Angel, and this is like kind of falling asleep on the knowledge that you've gained. Interesting. It's like you made progress, spiritual progress, but then you kind of just went back to sleep. Maybe you got caught up, got distracted by, life. Life be lifing, earth be earthing. Okay, so it's something like that happening there, and it kind of stopped, it put a pause in this progress. Let's pull one more. This could be you or someone else. We know how this goes. Oh, this is so interesting. So we have the galactic mushroom coming out, the divine matrix. Hollow bone, teachability. I'm getting all this energy of like, it's like you were going to spirit class, spirit school, okay, and then you just kind of dropped out. Or you were still going, but you were falling asleep in class. That's the energy that I'm getting here for some reason. All right, we'll look more into it. And it's but so much you can actually fall back to sleep, to be honest, because I'm not getting like you completely lost your way. It just seems like maybe life came in and kind of threw you off. Like I know when I got this new job, I was like, I wasn't as on point spiritually, so it just feels like something like that. Maybe life got in the way and it's kind of distracting you a little bit. And maybe you're not as focused on the spiritual work, which happens. There's an ebb and flow. And I think that's fine. I think it's just a matter of knowing and implementing the spiritual knowledge into the earthly plane, I mean, sometimes you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be woke all the goddamn time. I'm just trying to go to the club, getting money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to chill. But yeah, it's just a matter of kind of having that awareness everywhere you go. That's what I'm getting here. All right, let's see. Yeah, I feel like something threw you for a loop. And it's like, because something came in, threw you for a loop, and now it's like you kind of forgot the whole spiritual part of things, It's easy to, know the theory of the laws of attraction, or know that, our spirit guides are watching. It's all of that, right? That's all good when things are good. It's so easy. But when things start getting crazy, it's kind of hard it's a practice rather. It's a challenge until you practice it and you master this. Where your first inclination when you have a tower moment, your first inclination is going within. tapping in the spirit. That's going to be a practice, right? As opposed to going back to your default as a human, which is panicking, trying to figure things out on your own. There's a need with the Hierophant. And I feel like ultimately that's what you end up doing. You learn how this can be used in the not so pleasant times, okay? This is, you're being given an opportunity to pretty much practice, put this, make this practical knowledge, okay? These theories, this spiritual knowledge that you've gained. Because it does seem like, Aquarius, you definitely have gotten into, you've done a lot of spiritual work, okay? And I think I talked about graduating. So it's like, all right, you've learned everything you needed to learn in school, and now you're going out into the real world to see how it actually works in the real world. And that might be a little bit jarring, okay? Don't forget about everything that you've learned while you were in your little bubble. It was easy. It's easy when you're in your little bubble. It's hard when you got to implement these spiritual practices in this human world. When you got to deal with other real life people with their own will and their own spirit. And you got to just you got to navigate that, okay? But you can. That's just the next step here. This is you being a practiced and mastered magician, okay? This is your steps to mastery. Okay. You apply this magician mode to work, to love. You apply it to when you go into the grocery store and they telling you, hey, get those strawberries. But why I need strawberries? I don't want to get the strawberries. And then you find out, oh, the strawberries is good for my inflammation. You know, things like that. So every little thing, start consulting. Just get in the practice of that, okay? Get in the practice of that when things aren't so good. But also when it's smooth, okay? Practice when it's smooth so that when things are shaky, this is your default move. Going within, trying to find your calm, trying to find your center, and then moving appropriately. Taking inspired action and not moving based off your ego, panic, monkey mind thing that it likes to do, right? Okay. There's a judgment call that you have to make about a specific situation, it seems. It's like you came out of your bubble now and boom, now you're faced with a decision. Consult. Consult your star player. You don't have to figure this out on your own, okay? See, because I feel like because you were in your bubble, you were hermiting, you were in the comfort of the spiritual school. You was dealing with, you was enjoying that energy, right? You didn't realize how different the world was going to look through these magician eyes. See, this is letting you know how much you actually changed, right? So you step out, you come out of school, you go into the real world, and now with this trained eye, the world is looking very different to you. That's a Tower. And now you have to figure out how to adjust and how to navigate this world with these new eyes, with this new knowledge, with this new skill set. And it is a skill set. You're already prepared to handle everything. You're already prepared to navigate. All right. So no worries there. But it does seem like there's a little bit of a shakiness in your world as far as the things that might have made you feel secure. All right. So it's time to clean that up, all right? It's just time to clean that up. We do have the Emperor card coming out in reverse in your subconscious. This is a level of mastery that you're stepping into when you learn how to implement this Hierophant, this spiritual wisdom. When you learn to implement this in the real world and not just in practice and in theory, that's when you step into this Emperor mode. That's what I'm getting here, all right? Oh, there's something here about a missed opportunity. It almost feels like you were in this bubble and then an opportunity passed you by, like life still went on and you didn't realize that you might have, or you might feel like you missed out on an opportunity. That's what it's looking like here. I'm not sure how true that is, but Like someone goes to boot camp in the military, and they're like, all right, baby, I'll be back. Wait for me. And then they come out of boot camp and they're like, wait, you just got pregnant by someone else? I thought you was waiting for me. You know, it's something like that. It's some type of energy like that, okay? That's what it feels like. And it shakes up someone's foundation, because while they were in boot camp, they were thinking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be ready, and then this person's gonna be waiting for me. And it's like it changed. Something changed when you were in your bubble and you made this shift. Okay. It's something destabilizing or disorienting about this. I don't know if it's a mindset. So this can come out in different ways. I gave the example of boot camp and the baby mama. I mean, the lady, the love have gone. But this can come out in a number of different ways. This can be a belief system that has evolved, or how you look at the world, the reality evolved, at least for you. Your perception of reality could have evolved a lot, and that might be jarring. All right. But it does give off this energy with this new perception. It gives off this energy of missing out on the old. Okay, whatever. But wow, we have the Empress coming out with the Strength card. Let's see what the blockage is. Somebody might be scared that they missed out on something. And then it's causing them to freak out, and they're losing faith. See, they're losing faith in the connection, possibly. All right, hold on. Let's see. It's like when you have a dream and the dream is so clear, but then you wake up to reality, and then you're like, the dream is not as clear anymore. Whatever the message was in a dream is kind of like right there on a tip of your conscious awareness. It's like that. Things look different. Things look different from your spiritual download. Or okay, hold on. I think I'm getting there. Am I getting there? Am I getting close to the message? All right, hold on. That's what I feel like. It's like it's right there, but it's not. This, you know what this feels like? This literally just feels like the difference, the disconnect, a disconnect between the spiritual world and the physical world. You could be getting very clear signs in the spiritual world, but the physical does not add up. That's natural. That's just what it is, okay? When you start tapping in to the realness, that is the spiritual world. The physical world do not add up, okay? And you could, I mean, and that could be a mind fuck, and that's something that could be jarring, and that's something to get used to. And it's something to actually, you know, be able to navigate and be grounded in that, because obviously that can lead to some type of, that could be problematic, right? If you don't check it. It's like you get dreams, you get insights about, oh, this person is not good for you. And then you see them and they're like so happy and smiling in your face, and you're like, oh, this is a mind fuck, right? Like my spirit is telling me that you're trash, but I'm talking to you right now, you seem fine, right? Is it that disconnect that it happens? But that's what it feels like here, okay? There's some type of disconnect between your spiritual downloads, because it does seem like you got something clear, okay? You're clear spiritually. But then when you see the reality, it's such a stark contrast, it's disorienting for you. And what you need to realize, one, you need to learn the nature of that is just what it is, okay? And that's why it's so important for you to trust your intuitive guidance. Don't get caught up in the illusion, okay? You experience the real, the spiritual. You experience the real deal. Whatever you're seeing in this 3D is an illusion. Don't get caught up in the illusion. That is what's going to put you back to sleep. The teachability card is about realizing that and understanding that delicate dance, okay, between the spiritual and the 3D. And now with this galactic mushroom card, the divine matrix, it's a realization that everything is connected. And once you start training your eyes a little bit more, you'll start to see the spiritual, the real world, peeking through this illusion, okay? Via signs, okay? You'll know what's the right signs or whatever, okay? You'll start seeing the real world, the spiritual world, peek through this illusion. Do not get caught up in what you see. All right. What's the blockage? King of Cups. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that confirmation. So either it's something about, you know, I mean, this can apply to whatever. Ultimately, it's about holding tight to your spiritual beliefs. It feels real when it's just you. But when you go out into the world, your belief system gets a little shaky. That's normal, and that's just something to practice. Practice the mastery of your mind and practice the mastery of grounding yourself in your higher self's energy and seeing the world in that perspective and not being shaken by what other people are doing or not being shaken by the illusion, okay? That's ultimately the lesson here. But for some of you guys, it does seem like love, when you get out of this clear higher self perspective and you come back down into this human vision, love starts to fog things up. So you're no longer seeing that clearly. And that love could be causing the falling back to sleep thing, all right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, because with the Ace of Swords coming out in reverse, there is an illusion happening here with the High Priestess. And you're going to have to tap into your High Priestess energy to navigate this world now. The Wheel of Fortune is coming out. It does seem like you kind of, like I said, you were in spiritual school, you made this progress, and then it's kind of dropping out. You experienced the real world, and then you came back to the simulation, and you forgot it was a simulation again. Okay. What are they feeling to see? This is what you need. This is your tool that you need to navigate the simulation, right? Queen of Swords energy. This level of clarity being very much aligned with your high priestess, high priestess energy. Very clear. This is how this will come through in the physical world, okay? You're aware of your high priest energy, you're honoring that, and you're allowing it to come through with clear thoughts, clear action based on what this is telling you and not what the world is looking like. All right? You're going to have to honor your own truth. Some of you guys, like I said, so some of you guys, it could be like you got insight about someone. See, because the love thing is coming through, either you got insight about someone and it's no good. Okay, you got insight about someone being no good. And then when you see them, the love kind of like fogs whatever the truth is, even though that truth felt very concrete. Or it can be you got insight about a love, but then when you come back into the reality is not what it looks like. So you're just like, well, maybe it's my imagination. Things like that, okay? It's a disconnect between the very clear spiritual guidance that you're getting and the physical world, this illusion, this simulation, this human game, okay? Don't believe in the game. Believe in the real spiritual guidance that you're getting. And move with that level of clarity moving forward. This is how you practice what you've learned. No longer putting in theory. It's not easy. And people do fall back asleep. It takes practice. What's the advice? Six of Pentacles coming out in reverse with the Five of Wands. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, all right, so yeah, this is just clarifying all that. Yeah, so the strength here. It requires strength. It requires conviction. It requires being grounded in yourself and not getting fooled and bamboozled, okay? It requires that level of strength. And then with the advice coming through, it's once again, like what you see, and it's not as above, it's not as below. It's not really looking like it, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening, right? It just means that it's just the way it goes, okay? So it's causing that level of conflict. Five of Wands is conflict in between your higher self and then what you're seeing in the 3D world. Trust your higher self. And if this is you, you've already experienced enough where you do not need to doubt your higher self. You do not need to doubt your spiritual gifts. If this is you, you can trust the signs. If you get a dream, you can trust that dream, okay? Not everybody can, all right? But it seems like you have gone through a bit of training where you know what I'm saying? You can see it. You're seeing through the veil, all right? The more you practice it, the more you'll see through the veil in this real world sense, okay? Real world. Yeah, you're gonna have to practice using that discernment, and you'll see the magic, or not the magic. You'll see the spiritual plane start peeking through the veil. All right, to give you confirmations or reminders. Look at that. Truth transcends illusion. Yeah, the truth is going to start peeking through this veil of this 3D human reality. And that can be a little bit jarring. It's fine. It's going to take practice for you to do that. And it's going to be an awkward phase to get used to it. All right. The truth, spiritual world, peeking through the illusion. That is this 3D world. And that also trickles into the truth that you're getting from spiritual downloads or dreams or whatever. That is transcending the illusion of people's actual nature or whatever the case is. You're going to have to trust, look, just trust yourself, all right? Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. You know, once you learn how to master this, everything will be smoother for you, okay? Lion spirit, be generous to spirit. This is the power of spirit behind you. I'm almost, I'm almost looking at this lion as the high priestess energy behind the veil, looking at you from the other side, trying to give you impressions. I'm going so deep into this. I'm done. But look, the benevolence of the spirit, the benevolence of the universe that you've gotten accustomed to is active in your dream state, when you're by yourself, while you're meditating, but it's also active when you're out in these streets, wherever you are, they're there. Okay, the veil is right there. They're behind the veil, and you could call on them at any time. All right? Okay. Beautiful. It's just a matter of just practicing, building up that muscle, okay? Now it's time to build up the muscle. You got it. This is a beautiful reading. Man, Aquarius, y'all always giving me one. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right, let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me IG, Taryn Hill. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.